Doing this is Ruben again with Philosophy. If you liked any of my past videos, please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video. Please comment on the videos and share it with your friends and family if you like the videos. It shows your support and it shows that this body of knowledge is helping people. Today I want to talk about listening. Listening. When this involves this is evolved a lot around the concept of being teachable. We've talked a lot about being teachable, how you must be teachable, how you must humble yourself, and know that there's always something to learn from anybody. You should humble yourself and learn from everybody and anybody, because there's always something to learn. You know, find the golden people. It's another great saying. Find the golden people. Sometimes you'll have to go through a lot of dirt just to find little pieces of gold. But you're not looking for the dirt, you're looking for the gold. So everybody and anybody, listen, humble yourself. Don't think you know more, because that will decrease your your teachability index, and thus you won't be teachable. Thus, you won't get the necessary knowledge that you need to get and the necessary information that you need to get to really succeed in life. Be teachable. This most super successful, the persons who actually know a lot, they're the most humble ones. They're the most teachable ones. You're either growing or you're dying. If you're not teachable, you're dying. If you're not learning, you're dying. You never stand still. Remember that. Don't think oh, okay, I feel like I'm in a good space, so I'm going to stay here. No, there's no such thing as standing still. If you're not growing, if you're not teaching, if you're not teachable, if you're not learning, you're dying. And this is every day. I'm sad to break it down to you like this, but it's true. Every single day and every single moment that you don't go through the process of and having the spirit of being teachable, you're dying, man. That is why you need to get all this information in your DNA. You need to make this information a part of you. You need to become this information instead of just knowing it. Become it. Listening. Most people, and I've seen this and I see this every day. Most people talk and 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 talk way more than they listen. I'm having a conversation with somebody. They're talking and talking and talking and talking, and they're not listening. I'm saying something and then they change the subject. They go back to them. How can you influence people and how can you win friends by doing this? One of the books that is required for you to read, that it's on the basic book list, is the book by Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. And he talks about how everybody has a sign on their forehead. Everybody. And that sign says, make me feel important. Make me feel important. Nobody cares what you have to say. Nobody really cares. They care what they say, what they'll say. So no matter how good whatever you're dying to say is, trust me, it won't be as appreciative as you appreciate it. And that's sad to break it down to you, but that's true. And that's life. And that's part of life. Most people talk more than they listen. You should listen. Listen more than you talk. I heard a great saying years ago: God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth. Use them proportionately. When you're in business, or you're forming a relationship, or you're talking to someone, see, I want you to succeed in life. Philosophy is about, it's about offering information for you to succeed in life, and succeed in every area of your life, including relationships. And remember, the system for success, one of the things in that system is relationships. So without them, you cannot succeed, because that's part of the system for success. The system is powerful, and relationship is part of that. And listening more than you talk will dramatically increase your friendships, and will dramatically increase how the people to like you. If you don't have that many friends, I don't know if somebody told you, but let me tell you, people don't seem to like you. They really don't like you. They don't like being around you. Most likely, you talk more than you listen. How do you get people to like you? And how do you influence people? See, getting people to like you will make people influence. You will be able to influence them as well. Not control them, but influence them. Thus, your relationships will, instead of you working toward in your relationship to make it better, it's gonna work for you when people like you. When people like you, you get to influence them. And it's very important when becoming a leader, because when you're a leader, one of the main things of being a leader, it's having the capability to influence people. That's what makes a great leader, the capability to influence people. Because you could be a leader all day and all the time you want, but if you're not influence people, then nobody's gonna follow you. So no reason for you to be a leader. And even if you do get people to follow you, they will break away, because you don't have that influence. But before the influence is, people like you. People like to be around you. And the book Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People, talks about it a lot and in more detail. I would also suggest for you to consider taking the Dale Carnegie course, which is basically the book but in a course, and it goes in a little bit deeper than the book. But the book alone will help you dramatically. How do you get people to like you? Well, Dale Carnegie said that everybody has a sign on their forehead that says, "Make me feel important." Everybody wants to feel important. Remember the system for success? What is another thing in that system? Giving and receiving recognition. Giving and receiving recognition. Recognition is so important to success, and for you to succeed in life, and for you to feel fulfilled and passionate about moving forward. Like I said, like I mentioned in my past videos when I talked about this, remember when you were a kid and you did great in school that day, and the teacher gave you a gold star and put it on your forehead? Remember that? Remember how you didn't want to take that gold star off, and you were proud to show it off to the other kids? You see, that's how important recognition is. It makes you feel empowered. And when you feel empowered, you cannot lose. You move forward. You go after your dreams with much more gusto and enthusiasm. And it won't be a sacrifice, and it won't be hard. It will be pleasurable. And that will increase your success and make it come to you easier. Everybody has a sign on their forehead, made me feel important. This place and given recognition. Most people talk and talk and talk and talk, and rarely give the other person a chance to talk themselves. What this show is, one, you don't know communication. Two, most likely you don't have many friends. That is why you have the need to talk. Because you don't have many relationships, many good and if you have some relationship, they're not fulfilling, they're not good relationships. And that is why you have the need, that's a subconscious need for you to talk. That's why you keep talking and talking. Because you feel you're desperate for recognition. You're desperate for recognition. You're dying for it. Dale Carnegie talks about this a lot. How people eat and they go out through life and they eat and they drink and they eat. They're full. They're not going hungry. They're not hungry because they're eating. But people have gone hungry for even decades for recognition. And if they find someone who will give it to them, if you haven't received it in a long time, just imagine like somebody who hasn't eaten in weeks, in days, like, not weeks, but in days. They'll grab it and they'll eat it so quick, like oh my God, and they'll thank you so much for it. Same thing here with the recognition. When you make someone feel important, guess what? They'll like you because everybody's hungry. Just look around, look in your workspace, look in your family, look at the world. You're walking down the street, you're inside a store. Look at all those people. All those people are hungry for recognition and they're hungry to feel important. They're all hungry for it. They're starving for it. And you can change that. And if you can change that, not only will you have tremendous great relationships, but they will benefit you. You will get to influence them. So when you need someone, guess what? They with gladness be wanting to help you. And here's where you start. By listening. When you're having a conversation with someone, listen more than you talk. Listen and wait for your turn to talk. Listen. Ask more questions and make less statements. Ask more questions and make less statements. When I'm having a conversation with someone and they're just going statement after statement after statement and talking and talking and talking and talking, guess what I'm thinking? Loser. Now, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking loser. Most likely this guy is not successful. This person is not successful. They're struggling. That's why they're in need for recognition. That's why they're talking, because they're starving for recognition. How can someone recognize you if they don't even like you? But when you make someone feel important, if you feed them the desperate and recognition that they need, they will love you for it. But when I'm with a person that's just talking, making statement, I know loser. Most likely he's not successful. He or she is not successful. And they don't have friendships. They don't have friendships. Good relationships. And even if they do, they don't have good relationships. Most likely they're struggling. Most likely they're going through a divorce if they're married. Because you could just see it. They're talking and talking and talking. Ask more questions. Give less statements. And listen more than you talk. Listen and wait for your turn to talk. And when you talk, remember, ask more questions, make less statements. And use the 6 honest serving men. Also, make sure you use the 6 honest serving men. What, when, where, who, how, why. What, when, where. What, when, where. What, when, where, who, how, why. Who, how, why. Who, how, why. What happened? When did it happen? Where did it happen? What, when, where. You're getting facts. That's the part where you're getting facts. The second part, who, how, why, is totally opinion. Well, who do you think did it? How do you think they did it? And why do you think they did it? Total opinion. You're asking for their opinion. They're all questions. Ask more questions, give less statements. So when you're next time you're having a communication with someone, remember, everybody has a sign on their forehead and it says, make me feel important. And if you could supply that need, if you can supply that need, which you can now with this information, if you can supply that need, oh Lordy, the amount of great relationships will bombard you like a fire hose that cannot be stopped. It will drown you with great relationships. The effective ones, the good ones, the real ones, the ones that last for years. And if you have a relationship that you want to save, start using this. Listen more than you talk. Ask more questions, give less statements. And try to use those 600 serving men and use them till you die. What, when, where, who, how, why. Listen more than you talk. Most people just talk. Listen. And ask more questions, give less statements. And use the 600 serving men till you die. What, when, where, who, how, why. I'm so proud of you and I'm so excited for you because with this information, your life will change. Your relationships will change. You will become a success. You will become a blink of light, a blip of light to everybody around you. Everybody will want to be around you because you will be a true gentleman or a true madam, a true lady, true gentleman. You're a winner, like you were designed to be. You were in the darkness, but now you see the light. Jesus said, search for the truth, and the truth will set you free. This is the truth. And I'm so proud of you because I know the things that will happen in your life that are coming if you apply this information will be outstanding. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please subscribe, please comment, please like the video, and I'll see you next time.